Hello everyone, so in today's video I will teach you how to do a kettlebell swing, which is a great exercise if you want to improve your explosiveness or you want to improve your endurance. So you will often see that exercise performed by professional fighters who need that explosiveness, but you can also incorporate it in your own workout. To start, you will need the three things. Of course, you will need a kettlebell. I wouldn't go higher at first than 25 pounds, maybe 18. I would recommend the flat shoes, but it's not a deal breaker. And just for a teaching reason, let's call it, you will need a stick, and I will show you why in a second. So the kettlebell swing is mainly about force generation through your hips, and hamstring is like loading your hips and hamstrings. So the movement actually focuses on hip hinge. So I'm loading my hamstrings right now, I'm loading my back, and from this position, I will shoot through the kettlebell, I will stop the force here, and I will go for another. So now let me demonstrate, and we will go step by step how to set up and how to fix the most common errors. I'm also putting down the kettlebell a little bit in front of me. I will tell you why in a second. So the most common mistake I see people do is, let's say, squatting the swing, and it looks something like that. And instead of swing, they go for like a squat pattern. So it's something like that. And that's because people actually sometimes don't know how to do a proper hip hinge movement that I will teach you in a second. And sometimes the weight is just too much. The best cue will be to imagine, maybe this cue or this tip will help you, is to imagine that you have hands full of, let's say, Publix groceries, and you want to close your car door. So you will push it with like a hips. So you will just push your hips back. Don't bend so much in the knee. A little bit bend is okay, but mainly you focus on moving like a hinge in your hips. So I have a box full of groceries, and I want to close my car door. So this is the movement. I'm starting here. I'm bending the knees a little bit, but I don't have a hand, so I need to use my back, right? I'm closing the door. If you have a tendency to lower your back, it's not necessarily a huge mistake, but ideally it will be like straight and tense, right? You have a problem with keeping your back straight, and it's not necessarily a huge mistake, but it helps you to like engage more, have more, how you say this, big brain time. Nope. Okay, I got it, and I only needed like 2 minutes to come up with this word. It will help you to have more confidence in what you are doing in exercise. You can use a stick. If you have a partner, he can put the stick on your back. So it goes like this. I'm taking the stick, and I'm putting 3 points. So I want the stick to touch my head, my upper back, and my lower back. And now, by holding it, I'm going for a hip hinge. And if at any time I feel that I'm losing the contact with one of these points, I can correct and do it again. So this is helping me to, in a way, learn how to do the hip hinge properly. Because if I start to lose contact or do something strange, I will know it by just feedback, right? And also maybe not like a mistake, but let's call it a common misconception, is that people sometimes go with the kettlebell swing and they push kettlebell above the head. I believe, first of all, it's a little bit dangerous, because if you are super tired doing like 100 of reps and you have like 35 pounds above your head, it's not ideal, right? But also you are not utilizing the exercise fully, because here I'm generating force, I'm loading, so I'm shooting through. And now I have to stop this force, and I'm stopping this force by engaging lats, breaking the kettlebell and pushing in down again. So here I need to again utilize the force, push through it, and break it again. If I just let loose of the kettlebell and we will go freely above my head, it's not the mistake, it's just a little bit misconception, I believe. Now let's go through a setup list and how to execute the exercise. So the first thing first, stance is shoulder wide apart, maybe a little bit wider, it depends, it's individual. Also the same thing with like a foot rotation outside. I tend to have like 15 to 20%. You can go with 5, it depends how you feel. Now the very important step, how far should I be from the kettlebell? And this is all this, if you do this wrong, it will be really hard for you to start, because if I start right here for more of a, let's say, deadlift, it's really hard for me to start the swing because I need to like swing it back first, right? If I have a kettlebell a little bit in front of me, now I'm starting with the hip hinge movement that I will teach you in a second. I'm starting through here and I'm pushing kettlebell behind me and I'm already in like a swing motion, right? The same, that's why I'm letting it go a little bit forward when I stop the exercise. But it's not necessary, you can always go a step back when you start again. And also the breathing technique is very important while doing kettlebell exercise, because I need to stay tense in a way. So I'm breathing through the nose, I try to squeeze my abs, and I'm breathing out through a, let's say, closed teeth. So I have this tension when breathing out, so it looks like this. So I'm breathing in when going down, and with this force, but because I want to keep the tension. It is cringe, but it works great. So you need to learn that. Also in the next video, I will record some short workout with like a kettlebell, like a whole structure of workout, how many sets, how many reps. So just to summarize, that's a great exercise if you want to improve your explosiveness, you want to improve your endurance, or you even want to improve a little bit of your overall mobility. Maybe it's not the best exercise if your sole reason is just to build as much muscle as you can, but that's a topic for a next video. I hope these tips will help you. See you in the next one. Thank you so much.